John Wick is back, more dangerous, more determined, and with one goal: freedom. After barely surviving the events of Chapter 3, he knows that as long as the High Table exists, he will never be free. In the middle of the desert, he finds the Elder, the one man above the High Table. Instead of asking for forgiveness, John executes him on the spot. A clear message: he is done playing by their rules. The High Table doesn't take betrayal lightly. They respond with ruthless force. To set an example, they send Marquis Vincent de Graymont, an ambitious and sadistic enforcer. He's not just a killer, he's a strategist with unlimited power and resources. His first move? Destroy the New York Continental. John's old friend Winston watches as his hotel is blown to the ground. Worse, his loyal concierge Karen is executed right in front of him. John is now the most wanted man in the assassin world. With nowhere left to hide, he flees to Osaka. In Japan, he seeks refuge with an old ally, Shimazu, the manager of the Osaka Continental. But the High Table is already one step ahead. They unleash a wave of assassins led by the blind yet deadly Kane, one of the best in the business. John and Kane were once friends, but the High Table doesn't care about loyalty. They've forced Kane into the fight by threatening his daughter. The Osaka Continental turns into a war zone. Gunfire, katana duels, nunchaku battles. John Wick fights like a force of nature, but even he can't hold out forever. Shimazu is killed, and John barely escapes. He knows now there is no running. If he wants to be free, he must play by the High Table's rules. John finds a loophole. He can challenge the Marquis to a formal duel. If he wins, he's free. If he loses, he dies. But he can't challenge the Marquis alone. He needs a crime family to sponsor him. In Berlin, John seeks out the Ruska Roma, the criminal syndicate that once raised him. But they won't help him for free. They send him on a mission to kill Killa, a sadistic underworld boss. John infiltrates Killa's nightclub and chaos erupts. Bullets flying, neon lights flashing, pounding music. John takes on dozens of enemies in a brutal, bloody brawl. After a relentless fight, John kills Killa and earns his way back into the Ruska Roma. Now the duel is set. The battleground, Sacré-Cœur, Paris at sunrise. A single bullet, one shot each. If John wins, he's free. But the Marquis has no intention of letting him get there. He puts the biggest bounty in assassin history on John's head, and now every killer in Paris is hunting him. What follows is one of the most insane action sequences ever filmed. John fights his way through high-speed traffic, dodging bullets as cars crash around him. He battles across rooftops, through burning buildings, and finally, the infamous stairs leading up to the duel site. He's almost there. Then he is thrown down the entire flight of stairs. But John Wick never stays down. With the help of the tracker, a skilled bounty hunter with a loyal dog, he fights his way back up. Finally, as the sun rises, he arrives for the duel. But there's one last twist. The Marquis won't fight his own battle. Instead, he forces Kane to duel in his place. John and Kane stand face to face. Two old friends, two assassins. Only one will walk away. The first shot. They both take hits but survive. The second shot, more blood, more pain. Then the third round. Kane fires. John falls. The Marquis, thinking it's over, steps in to finish John off. He takes Kane's gun, ready to fire the final shot. But he doesn't realize one thing. John never fired his last bullet. Before the Marquis can react, John pulls the trigger. One final shot. The Marquis is dead. The duel is over. John is free. Kane walks away, finally reunited with his daughter. John, bleeding and exhausted, looks out over the city. For the first time in years, he's at peace. As the sun rises, he takes his last breath. Days later, Winston and the Bowery King stand over his grave. John Wick, loving husband. But is this really the end? Because if there's one thing we've learned about John Wick, nothing is ever truly over.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to discover more hidden details about movies and shows. See you in the next one.